Well, it's 8:45. Let's see, what day is it? I'm sorry, May 4th. I'm doing my road walk from the IGA and the Visitor Welcome Center in Kent, Connecticut. I've got to walk about 1.5 miles to the trail. Got an Uber ride this morning, which shocked me. I couldn't get one there to the motel last night. I hitchhiked, which is really good. It took 5 minutes, and a real nice local guy took me. This is a nice, sleepy little town, but everything's really expensive. Couldn't afford to stay here. I'm not even sure I could have got a room. Anyway, it rained overnight. It's clearing up now, or the rain stopped. I'm not sure about the clearing up part. It's supposed to be dry most of the day and rain again tonight and overnight. And tomorrow's supposed to be nice, and then 3 or 4 chances of rain. Oh, stranger danger. Yeah, last night the gal answered the phone at the motel misled me as to what the amenities were that were around the place, and turns out instead of things being within 1 mile, it was 2 miles or more to the grocery store. Risk your life and limb walking on a no-shoulder highway. Or maybe it wasn't a highway, it was awful darn busy. And there were no restaurants close by, so it was Domino pizza and salad. I got some of the dessert rolls with cinnamon rolls with icing for breakfast today. Well, it's too late to make a long story short. I ended up coming back to Kent this morning, waiting a half hour for the IGA to open, and then I'm on my way after this little road walk. Later. It's probably what it's going to look like all day. It may get a little clearer, but I don't know if it's ever going to be a bright and sunny day. There's a river down there. You see a church steeple. I don't know. Last night the guy I hitchhiked with told me there were 5 communities that originally comprised the Kent area, and they had 5 different schools because nobody wanted their kids walking several miles to school. Oh, here we go. A rock with a view. There you go, dear. I tried to leave you some horizon. Oops, lost it. Well, here we are. Caleb's Peak. I have no idea who Caleb was, or is, or will be. This is the steepest peak so far today. Steep downhill and miles of flat terrain. Must be walking through a valley or something. And then I hit a real steep booger towards the end of the day. But this is a hell of a view. Pretty good view considering the sun's not out. And I have no idea if that's part of Kent down there or someplace else. I imagine it's Kent or the suburbs of Kent. Because I haven't walked that far, only about 3 trail miles. I can see a bridge down there. Looks substantial, so that may have been the one I walked across getting back to the trail. These two hills are almost yellow more than they are green. Maybe it's the pea green. I don't know. Saw some pine trees earlier. It must have been on the other side of one of these because those sure are pine trees. Oh well, enough rambling. You know, somebody's doing some trail maintenance, and obviously it's needed. This would have made a big obstacle. And I'd say it's been cut very recently. Sawdust hadn't even had time to scatter or discolor. I almost ended my hike here. There's a little tree up there. I don't know. Let me see. I took a couple steps too quick. And that one right there, that little one, saved me from falling off. I kind of had some forward momentum from the backpack I hadn't adjusted for. The little tree hadn't been there to grab onto. Might have been in some serious difficulty. Anyway, this crap is killing my top of my arch in my right foot, and that's something new. I've never had that problem before. Oh well, enough bitching. I don't know if you can see it over there. There's a nest and there's a big bird to the right of it. He's been pitching a fit for 5 minutes. Hey! Well, he calmed down. I'd not pushed the record button when I thought I had. So anyway, you didn't get to hear all the ruckus. I don't know. I thought it might be a nice walk through the valley. And it ended up being a 3 or 4 mile road walk. I thought it might be along a river, but no. May just be this muddy country road. Well, it did change from dirt road. I've seen a lot of bird watchers, and one south down section hiker. Gal said carrying 2 weeks worth of food. Started out with 35 pounds. So, gee, I've got 3 days food and 23 pounds. I feel heavy. Anyway, had a little mishap. A bonehead move. I was trying to be clever and cross this broad stream, rock hopping while eating a candy bar. That didn't turn out too well, so now I have thoroughly soaked shoes and socks. I had a fleeting thought this morning of putting on my waterproof socks in case it rained. I guess I should have. But the southbound section hiker said there's some farmland meadows up here. Now before we get there, I'm going to stop at a shelter up here and have some more to eat and change socks. Later. Well, I've been walking beside this pasture area for close to a mile. It's been broken up by hedgerows, but I don't see any fences to keep livestock in, so I don't know what its purpose is. Maybe at one time it was cultivated. I guess there could be old remnants of fence and this stuff, but I can't see it. Let's see what's up here at the crest of this little rise. No sign of life. Just looking for a pipe spring to get some water before we go up and over one of these hills. And it looks like it's a dramatic descent on the other side. I hope it's not as bad as that last one. Not sure my knees can take that again. So far, everything in Connecticut is nice and neat. Even their signs are cute, well maintained. Almost all of these look like they're brand new. This must be what they do with their tax dollars here. I understand they're taxed pretty high, like in New York, your neighbor. And those couple of roads they pass, they're out in the boondocks, and you think they'd be gravel or dirt, and they're paved and they've got curbs on them. So I kind of wonder, maybe they have too much money in their state government. Oh well. Not much of a waterfall, but it's making a lot of noise. This is a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 4 big trees down. Huh. Wish me luck. Well, this is where I fell in the water. Over here's the trail coming towards me. It says, oh, if this is too high, take this detour. I said, nah, I can make that. Well, back up there, it looks like it's not too bad. Until you slip on a rock. And let's see, my right shoulder's wet, but my left shoulder's dry. And you can tell the phone's working. Good old iPhone. Now I just gotta hike far enough to dry out. Well, that's a lot nicer looking than the one I just fell into. Gotta keep moving so it'll dry out. There's another great view. Got a little mix of pine trees in here, as opposed to that last one. I just love these beaver dams. Imagine the work that went into this. Don't know where his house is. Mound, whatever you call it. Last view of the day. See a mountain way over there. I have no idea. It's probably in New York. No sunset. I think the sun's right there, but it's not in the cards. Well, I got one last descent and should be at the shelter, and I can hang up all my wet clothes.